Stop me if you've heard this story before, because it's a true story. And it starts off with sitting in a quiet room in a Milford Inn. It's a peaceful place. It's hidden among the pine trees, about an hour out of Toronto, Canada. It's past noon. It's late July, and I'm listening to a desperate sound of a life or death struggle going on a few feet away. There's a small fly burning out the last of its short life's energy in a futile attempt to fly through the glass of the window pane. The whining wings tell the poignant story of the fly's strategy. Try harder, but it's not working. The frenzy of this effect is like no hope for survival. And it becomes ironic in the story when the fly is not really trapped, but the more the fly tries to go through that pane of glass, the harder it is to succeed. And yet, that little insect is staking its life on reaching its goal, raw efforts and determination. The author of the story says the fly is doomed. It'll die there on the windowsill. Not 10 steps away, the door is open. 10 seconds of flying time. This small creature could reach the outside world it seeks with only a fraction of effort now being wasted. It could free its self-imposed trap. The breakthrough possibility is there. It would be so easy. This is the beginning, kind of like the intro to the book called U Square, a high velocity formula for multiplying your personal effectiveness in quantum leaps. And it's by Price Pritchett. He wrote in this book, I mean, he's a CEO of his own company, and what he wrote in this book and many others have to do with business. But elevate your performance, multiply your results, move with purpose. U Square lays out a disciplined strategy for achieving extraordinary outcomes faster, smarter, and with greater clarity of focus. It's a bold framework for exponential gains. The U square strategies, and you can find this if you look it up on Amazon or any other book description, I'm sure. But the YouTube strategies delivers breakthrough performance achieved through precise mental shifts and bold actions, not through effort alone. The book outlines 18 impact principles for achieving dramatic results while conserving your time, energy, and resources by used by entrepreneurs, sales leaders, and change-driven individuals worldwide. This book will help disrupt old performance patterns, accelerate results with bold moves, pursue goals that excite and intimidate. Act with confidence before you are ready. Channel failure into forward momentum. This book, even though I said it had 18 pieces to it, is a small, thin little book. And is it packed? Absolutely. Just even that first story is a visual of someone who's looking at the world differently and thinking to themselves, why doesn't the fly try another approach? The open door's over there. Something dramatically different. Why don't they just try that? How did it get so locked in on this idea and this particular route? I've got to go out that window pane and determined effort offer the most promise for success. Why is it that we get so fixed as humans, and myself included, on a particular way? I am going to go straight through here, and yet there's a glass. I'm not going through that. I'm breaking my head over and over and over again because it's almost like you got tunnel vision, right? There's so much energy expounded on something that's not working. And the last little thing I said from the description of the book was about fail forward. How do you find that forward momentum? If you fail, what do you take from that? Do you kind of hunker in or do you keep going? And this has been one of my greatest lessons. I think I have a wonderful idea. I'm going to offer it as a special. I'm going to put it out there. People will love this. And it goes nowhere. Okay. Why does it go nowhere? Is it in the words that I use? Is it the methodology? Is it that I don't reach the right people? Am I getting any feedback from this? Am I getting comments from it? Hmm. All of those things are true. All of those are part of the learning and how to move forward in greater momentum. And it's all about the passion we feel inside. It may not be a fly have a lot of passion, but we as humans do. And the last little thing is like, what logic is there in continuing until death to seek a breakthrough with more of the same? What a question is that is. Because the fly has a short lifespan. To the fly, it may make sense to keep flying into that pane of glass, but it's an idea that's going to end up killing him, right? Trying harder isn't necessarily the solution to achieving more, says Pritchard. It may not offer any real promise of getting what you want out of life. Sometimes, in fact, it's a big part of the problem. If you stake your hopes for a breakthrough on trying harder than ever, you may kill the chances you have of success. Why would I read to you like the introduction to U square and not like the rest of the chapters? It's because the introduction is the first part of the series. Each chapter has something to offer. And I decided, what better way? I'm on like my third or fourth time reading this book, and we just finished it in a book study group. And I had never read it with a group of people until now. And so when you read it out loud or with other people and you pause and you think and you go, wow, how does that apply to my life? It is just what I was saying. Sometimes when I'm sticking an offer out there, if I'm putting out something that I think would be wonderful, it's not that it isn't. It is that there may be the way that I'm delivering it that I haven't quite reached the right people with the right message. So I reframe it and go it again. You're getting this in June, and there's a new special. It's coming up. And it's one that I've always been excited about. Been playing with it for years, and now I put it in a different way to get it out there and offer. Will I hit up against the window pane? I don't know. I might just find the door over there. I might just find that quantum leap over there. I might say, forget doing the same thing. I'm going to take this leap and jump over there. When we change our perspective of how we look at something, the whole world changes. And that's how I'm looking at what this offer is or what my work is. I'm always going deeper. I'm always thinking about more because I don't want to end up dead on the windowsill. There's too much more to life than beating your head up against the window pane. That glass ceiling, if you think you got some glass ceiling of what you can achieve in this world, what you can make in this world, then you got a glass ceiling. You're not going to break through that. But for me, I know that when I start thinking differently, and I did this morning, someone said to you, you need to collapse time. And I heard that before, and now I'm going, I have a better idea what that means. So join me as I go through this every day. No, I'm not going to read out every chapter, but I will discuss the highlights of the book. And I was just going to go back to it and tell you what the next chapter is, if I can put my pin in, all right? Because our book club is going through it again. And I decided for me, instead of just listening to it, I wanted to read and to share what it is that this book, how it's hitting me, how I might use these principles in my life. Till the next time.